Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for clicking the link to watch today's video. And without further ado, let's get started with today's video. Okay guys, so I think I am going to have to be a potentially nighttime recorder now, even though I'm so tired and I need to be in bed. The boys being awake when I film, unless Lewis takes them to the other room, this just might have to be my new record time. Okay, so for postpartum update, number one, my moods. How am I doing with postpartum depression? Has that affected me? So initially, I would say no. I think now I would probably say yes. Again, I've been in therapy, if you guys didn't know. And honestly, it's just a lot. I think it's a lot with your hormones, being a first-time parent mixed with the job that I do, the things that I'm supposed to be doing. It's kind of hard and it's overwhelming, and my therapist wanted to let me know. I think I mentioned this too. She was like, you do a lot. Like, I don't think you realize how much you do. For her, from what we kind of concluded, I'm not going to share everything obviously, but essentially I have a lot of postpartum anxiety and stress, not as much depression, but it's all under the same kind of umbrella, is how she explained it to me. So obviously I'm overwhelmed with tasks, but who wouldn't be overwhelmed? So especially with twins. But yeah, so that's the update on that. I'm doing fine. It's just, it is what it is type of situation. Weight loss and body makeover. Okay, so I do want potentially plastic surgery, potentially mommy makeover, but I initially wanted it like as soon as possible, but now I think I'm gonna wait a long time. Definitely when I'm done having kids. I'm not sure on that, so don't ask me, move it on. But as far as my body, I just I have lost a lot of my weight. In fact, I will talk about this in another area, another segment of this, but I do think I want to get a potential breast lift without an implant. At first I thought you had to get implants, but there's newer procedures where you do not have to get implants, especially from breastfeeding and things like that. So it's definitely something I'm interested in. However, I've heard mixed reviews, it takes a few years and then your chest perk up, or once see how your body recovers after the milk is gone, because I had super perky, basically non-existent boobs, and now I actually have boobs, and I regret all those times that I really wanted breasts, because now I really don't want them. Yeah, so I don't know on that. Again, I don't have stretch marks all over my body. I actually got stretch marks on my legs after pregnancy, so I'm not too happy about that. Like on my thighs and on my kneecaps. It's the weirdest thing. So I'm really mad about that, but none on my stomach. But on my hips, I also have them. So I might look into getting some laser done. But again, all this stuff is going to be down the road, because I can't do it while I'm breastfeeding anyways. So moving on to the next topic, nursing. How long do I plan to nurse? Originally, I said a year. Then I said, well, I'll go as long as they want me to go. And then I said a year, and then I went back to as long as they want me to go. So now where I'm at currently is, I think it's time for my mental health and for them, maybe. The doctor gave me the go-ahead to start introducing cow's milk once they hit a year. Obviously we'll be at their appointment and everything, and I'm a little bit mixed reviews. I kind of don't want them to ever have cow's milk, but they've already had it in different cheeses and all that stuff. They have no food allergies, thank God. And I am allergic and lactose intolerant to milk. So I don't know. I wish there was a better alternative, but drinking milk alternatives is not necessarily the healthiest for a growing baby. Like, it doesn't contain enough of what they need growing as opposed to an adult. And so that's the problem. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to not be their only source and stress about pumping. I think we underestimate how much mental health and breastfeeding coincide. And I really can't explain it unless you've been there. But just imagine being the sole source and everything is counted by ounces and what you eat, what you breathe, and everything affects your milk. When I had a sore throat, I can't have cough drops because it will stunt my milk supply, and I'm not an oversupplier. I'm basically just enough / an undersupplier. So, it makes me feel, it could be my pump, could be a myriad of reasons, but yeah, kind of sucks. I'm ready to start thinking like Veronica again and stop thinking like a food source. But is it selfish of me to want to stop that? Because for me, I think about those things. Moving on to weight loss. So weight loss, I don't know if you guys can tell, I have lost more weight and I'm gonna expose myself right now. I've been eating horrible. Like, the breastfeeding sugar cravings, I got to stop. It is like, I crave and think about sugar all day, every day. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, you see my reels, I would never in a million years eat any of that stuff. But I crave it so bad. I just want to eat cookies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I just want to eat tubs of ice cream. Obviously, I don't eat any of that. And I just want to take a jar of Nutella and just pour it down my throat. That's how strong the sugar cravings are. I was told that it's because I'm not eating enough protein, which is probably true because I'm not eating enough protein. I know that. But I just can't, the sugar cravings. So I have not been eating good. Or if you bring a pack of Oreos in this house, I will eat them when I pump. Because when I pump, as soon as you pump, your body it craves a snack because you're exporting all this energy and making milk. It's like you need to eat right after or else you feel sick, at least in my case. And so I usually eat a couple cookies, something. And Lewis is a sweets guy and I've been along for the ride and I gotta get off. This is not the train. But I weighed myself for the first time in about 4 months since my macro diet. I stopped doing my macro diet. I talked about that, became a little bit too obsessive, and it's not realistic. And it's not something that I need to be doing while I'm trying to nurse. It was too much for me. So anyways, I weighed myself and I am actually 10 pounds away from my pre-pregnancy weight. I don't know how I did that. Lewis had been telling me this whole time, you just need to relax and don't eat crazy, but he's like, you're naturally thin, your body will go back. You have to give it time, you're not giving it time. And I'm like, no, I gotta do macro diet, I gotta weigh my food. I weighed every ounce I put into my mouth. I drink a gallon of water a day, which I fell off and I need to get back to. I did everything under the sun. And I just said after, started Thanksgiving time through now, well, actually through mid-January, and now I've tailored back. I was just like, who cares? I want to eat and I'm hungry. I'm going to eat. If I want sugar, I'm going to eat it. And so I went through a lot of cookies, but I can't believe I'm this close to my pre-pregnancy weight. In fact, I'm probably even lighter because that was 3 weeks ago when I weighed myself, and I've been notoriously eating less. Weight loss is actually going really good, and I don't know if you guys can tell. I can tell I'm starting to look like myself again. Obviously, there are aspects of me that may not ever go back or may look different from here on, and I've embraced that. I mean, I gave birth to 2 children. I'm so proud, It really puts in perspective when I'm on a twin Facebook page and there's constant updates of people saying it's my turn, I have my babies, and there's been a lot of it's my turn and the babies have went to heaven. And I just think about how superficial I've been being about, you know, the things that I've gone through, and there's women out here who, you know, they wish they could hold their children. So I just need to be quiet and move along. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to talk about with my postpartum update is fitness. So I have been trying to jog because I'm training for my PT test. I'm sure you guys saw my last video. If you haven't, I'm starting to train again for my PT test. It's about that time. Because I can't procrastinate like I normally do because I'm not in the same shape as I normally am. So I gotta like start running. So yeah, that honestly, nothing really has changed from that. I've just been trying to do as much as I can. So I go to PT, I have a doctor who's supervising me, and if he feels at any point I'm not ready, then he's going to submit that and we're going to handle that. But he thinks I'll be ready because he said I just naturally look like I'm a go-getter, and I am. And plus I've passed all his tests that he's put me through. So overall, that's my postpartum update. Planning the boy's birthday, is still enjoying motherhood. I can't believe it's about to be a year that I've had these two. Like, it's insane, and I feel like I just had them, you know. I look at their baby pictures and I cry and I'm all sentimental, and Luce is like, whatever, yeah, you know, typical guys. But I just thank God for them, and I thank God for giving me two healthy boys, and it's just crazy. But I wouldn't change a thing because now I have them. So thank you guys for my postpartum update. I'm so hungry. I have to end this video. Please keep watching, stay tuned. A lot more content is going to be rolling out, and I appreciate you guys for allowing me to take a hiatus. And now I'm back. Bye.